We're here just looking at the interiors, you guys. Lord, I see they have an empty retail space. I wonder what they're gonna put in here because they have a lot of different companies around here, and a lot of the commercial spaces are empty. You know, so I noticed that we got a few major companies. Make sure no cars are coming there. A few major companies that have set up shop around here, you know, and I think that's pretty dope. Same thing with the apartments, condominiums, things like that. Same thing. Everybody's kind of like, kind of just, set up. They post it. It's almost like, say, for example, if I had like an organization or something. It's like, all right, you guys, we've got a new office that we're opening up at such and such and such. And we're going to also give you guys 50% off of rental rate if you decide that you'd like to allow us to put you up in our complimentary, housing options or whatever the case is, discount housing or whatever. Only for employees, though. It's giving that. So that's what I'm getting from out here. But anyway, you guys, honey, it be this bag, honey, this bag. I'm telling you, I wish it was filled with money, but it ain't. But my bag is so freaking heavy. My goodness gracious. I had to think about it. I was like, that's part of the reason your ass be breathing so hard, girl. You carrying around a whole goddamn house on your back. Shit. A house with no damn keys. Ain't that about some shit? That's funny. I remember a joke. That was a little joke I remember telling when I was in that little program, Code Talk, out in LA. And some of us had gotten together for a study group outside of class, which I'm always down for. And, me being me, I bring wine, I bring fruit and shit and food and all kinds of stuff. Like, all right, shit, we're about to really get this in. Like, we about to really, we're going to pass this course, right? Because they inspired us and they encouraged us to work together outside of class. So I show up, and one of the girls, we eventually ended up not getting along very well because I just didn't feel like she was genuine. It just was what it was, whatever. So anyway, so she was like, she says, look at you, a little homemaker. And I told her, I said, girl, yeah, a homemaker with no damn home. I try to tell y'all, I go through so much shit. It's not even funny. Like, I was going through it even then. Me being a part of the Code Talk program, that was attached to my housing at the time. And so I figured, okay, well, shoot, I have a few months with the housing, and then all I have to do at this point, give me a second, you guys. Okay, cool. We're going to chill for just a second. And I'm like, once I finish the program, which I can't remember how long it was. I feel like maybe it was maybe 5 months, something like that, which I was down for. I was like, okay. And I hadn't been in class in a minute too. Oh, I was so ready for that class. I did pre-studying. I did all my research on all the modules. I was prepared for sure. But what I wasn't prepared for was how quickly that program was going to, transition from one module to the next module to the next. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy intense, right? But, which low-key was one of the reasons why I really didn't mind walking away from there. Because I was like, you know what, let me go find me something that works for me. I'm going to get this down, but let me find something that works for me. This was a good introductory course. Let's say that. And that's what I used it for. I moved on. I ended up getting 5 different certifications in UX UI design. Haven't even gotten a chance to use them while I've been here because I got blacklisted. So it was almost like somebody was following my steps to make sure she doesn't get to that point where she actually gets to the development stages. Because once she gets to the development stages, that's when everything's going to get a little bit more complicated, because that will mean that she will have gotten a team together. So a lot of people worked with, people from that class. They worked through a number of different avenues to stop me from getting what I needed to get done out the way. You know what I mean? Some people call it, we just had to handle her and get her out the way. She thought she was too much. She thought she was this. No, I didn't. I've always been humble. Y'all just didn't like me, and you guys were trying to shut me down for no reason. You didn't even realize I was trying to build something that was all-inclusive. And I've been saying that, though. But it's a trip, though, because I'm like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. But anyway, so in that program, me finishing that program, I was under the impression that my housing would stop if I didn't complete the program. But that wasn't the case. It just helped me in gaining resources within my housing program while I was there to, if I was in school or working or whatever. And so for me, I was like, oh, okay. Once I found that out, I was damn near out of the housing program. I was transitioning into a hotel program, which is when the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, I was actually going into coming out of that transitional housing situation and going into an actual hotel program. Mind you, I'm working in luxury. So for me, it just didn't match up. It was like, girl, we got to get out of this situation. This does not match our lifestyle and what we're used to and what we built for ourselves, regardless if you're getting help or not. When you by yourself, I feel like people who are by themselves should have a pass to get help. You get what I'm saying? And when I say get help, I mean get help like financial help. If you have to ask the government for something, then ask the motherfucker shit. I mean, no offense, y'all, to my government, but you get my point. Ask. That's why when people are like, oh, you're full of pride, I'm like, you know what? Not really. I think you guys are just trying to make an excuse for why I'm in this situation. And you're trying to make it seem as if oh, well, she's in that situation because of... No, it's not because of me. It's not. And y'all know that. Because I've done everything that I need to do. And when nobody was on my trail, when I ended up getting here, this was totally impromptu, me being here, right? I literally had nobody on my trail for, I'd say, a good 6 months. Baby, shit was getting done. Do you hear me? Honey, we had money in the bank. We had a job. Honey, the kids were in a great school. Everything was wonderful. But that social media and people pretending to be my kids' friends on social media, my kids not really being able to, let go of their friends that they had met out there, not necessarily knowing how to move forward. They're pretending to be the friends and they're in my kids' social media. My kids are like, oh, I'm going to this school now. And then all of a sudden, here goes all this craziness happening, It's been a process. And soon after that, that's when I realized that someone was tracking my children's laptops. And I had tracked it to where the people were coming from. And it was in a part of the country where they're known for, trafficking and shit. So there's been reason for concern. When I'm speaking, I'm not speaking up to, cause issues. I'm speaking up because I'm a parent and there was reason for concern. So that led to something else, to led to something else. I'm already writing a book. I'm already doing this. There's so many different facets to my life that I haven't talked to anyone about. And then all of a sudden, shit just started happening. I'm like, damn, this is exactly what I'm starting to create more and more and more when it comes to this book. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening here? There's too much shit matching up. Of course, people want to say it's bullshit. No, it's not, babe. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth, for sure. But I feel like maybe sometimes that's how things work. And sometimes you don't even know that your journey is unfolding. You didn't even know. And I'm grateful for figuring that out, for sure. So what people think is some type of punishment, it's not. It's the enlightening part of my journey. And a lot of it I already knew, but to add context to it, shit, you can't put a label on that shit and sell that at all, baby. That's priceless. It's a hell of a journey, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Let me go handle some business.